Don't keep me waiting. And keep your head held high.
Okay, this The Color Purple. This is my last video going into 2024. People been wanting me to make a video about it. And I kind of been avoiding it, but why not going into the new year? Why not give a review on a movie that's pretty much disappointing? So for all the next generation of people that's not familiar with The Color Purple, if you were 80s, 90s, or you born in the early 2000s, The Color Purple is a Alice Walker novel. They made a movie in 1985 when Steven Spielberg directed it. So originally you had Oprah Winfrey playing as Sophia, and you had Whoopi Goldberg playing as Celie. You had Margaret Avery playing as Suge Avery, and then you had Danny Glover playing Mr. You know what I mean? You even had Mr. Matrix, Lawrence Fishburne in that movie once upon a time. But the original is a pretty good movie, well depicted, great actors, great actresses. The plot in the movie and the narrative of the movie from 1985 is not the same narrative that's the one that we been introduced to in 2023. It's a different narrative. The new narrative is women empowerment. Men, especially black men, ain't good for nothing. We want to abuse our women and beat them. The women want to run the show. This going back to the 30s and 40s too, in the aftermath of Color Purple, with they let women run the brothels, and you know, men pimped and did things, but the women was really running the show. You had a lot of women that was running numbers and selling drugs and being prominent or playing that narrative, y'all. You know what I mean? Grandma was holding it down. Now, Granddaddy went out and made it happen, but Grandma was really holding it down. So The Color Purple was really a woman empowerment movie, but it's also a black man bash movie, which I don't like and I don't patronize. You had good actresses, even though Fantasia didn't really get to do too much. She's still great. You know I love Taraji. Shouts out to Taraji. We all know the situation with Taraji too. Going live crying, saying she don't feel like she compensated enough for her role in The Color Purple. And women of yesterday and today not being compensated for the work that they put in. You know what I mean? They feel like they losing more than what they gaining. And this is financially. You know what I mean? This has always been the rhetoric and the narrative with our black women and women of color, Latino women too, where they don't get as paid as much as the other counterparts do. I mean, you talking about when women putting in work, producing, directing, like Oprah. Oprah didn't do a good job with this depiction of me, this 2023 version, because I saw both, y'all. I done saw the 1985 version, and I done went and watched this new version. And to me, in my personal opinion as well, with the majority of others, agree that the 1985 version is well better depicted, narrated, film than the one that we got with Oprah in 2023. So that's not just my opinion. That's a lot of people's opinions and viewpoint about this movie. Like I said, a lot of black people gonna go support it because it's a black people movie. A lot of people gonna go support it because it's The Color Purple. A lot of people gonna go support it because Oprah, Fantasia, and Taraji Henson narrative. But if you looking for a good movie this not really it, man. It's like a musical. It's not really The Color Purple, we'll say. It's like based off a musical or like a play. If y'all ever watched the All Eyes on Me movie when they tried to like remake that Tupac movie, you seen how horrible it was, how garbage it was, how it was basically a big video. You know, they'll show us different times or different moments in Pac life, and it just be like basically a big video. That's similar to what the Color Purple movie is. It's a musical. Every 6 minutes they singing. You can't even really get into the characters. So that's what separates this too from the original. With the original one with Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah and them characters with Hoppo and Ray Don Chong, and listen, you had empathy. You felt some type of connection to them characters. You know, when you saw Whoopi Goldberg character as a young girl with her and Eddie playing, or Danny Glover character, Mr. abusing her, like, you was well in tune and invested emotionally with them characters. With the 2023, you can't really get off into it. You can't empathize and be sympathetic with none of the characters. And then they rearranged a lot of the original from the 1985 make with the new narrative. So they just took bits and pieces from the original and added it to the new one. But the formula, the energy, the meat wasn't there, wasn't the same from the original to this new one. So I was disappointed. I mean, don't get me wrong, Steven Spielberg did the original. And you mean to tell me Oprah, who played in the original, I think she wasn't even nominated for a Grammy or Oscar for her role as Sophia. You mean to tell me she couldn't do a good job with producing this or making this movie right? Especially coming in as a remake. You already know when you do a remake, it gotta be cold, man. It damn near gotta be on the same level as the original. Or at least stick to the same formula, the same sequence, you know? So with this, like I said, it's more of a Color Purple musical than really being relevant with the originality of the 1985 make. Like, it was way more powerful, way more emotional. The music, the actors, the depictions, their portrayals. In the new one, you can't really get that vibe with Fantasia and them. You know, like, they great actresses, but Fantasia, I think she only got like 6 lines, 8, 9 lines. She ain't really on the surface as much. So, you know, we gonna have, if you really into want to see Fantasia act in this one, you're gonna have problems because she not really in the movie as much as us Fantasia fans would want her to be. You got a couple cameos with Oprah and Whoopi Goldberg, but trust me, y'all, if y'all go back and watch the original and then watch this new one, y'all gonna be very disappointed. You gonna feel like they missing out on something, or it's things that they could have did to make this more powerful, more intense. Because they skip a lot of things and they took a lot of things out from the original format. Like Suge, they tried to make Suge Avery like she wasn't the whore from the first one who was trying to make things right with her Reverend Pastor Father. That's a powerful movement. That's a powerful emotion. That's powerful empathy in the movie that you got in the original one that you don't get in this one. Celie, everybody can relate to Celie and her pain or her feeling like in the original one, Mr. was being real evil and mean towards her. So you wanted to see Celie triumph. In this one, in this portrayal, Mr. just seemed like he being misunderstood and he misled. In the original one, it's like the Danny Glover character, like he was more sinister. You know, it was more for him beating the Whoopi Goldberg character than with this guy that's portraying Mr. and how they had him portrayed in the remake. He not as vicious. It's like he just guilty of being programmed to think that beating a woman is something that a man was supposed to do if a woman was being disrespectful. Not more so that's his aura or his energy, like, oh, I'll get off on being Celie. Like in the original, Mr. made it seem like he got off on being abusive. In this one, the narrative was like he didn't really was into being abusive to Celie, more so than doing what he felt like a man's supposed to be like towards a woman. So once again, they changed the narrative, try to make the black man or the man look like a bad person, you know what I mean, or abuser or being controlling. When in reality, in relationships, you learn things. And then you got things that's been going on before we got exposed to things that is a cycle. So if you grew up in a household and you see your daddy hit your mama, and that's normal, like you being raised like that's normal, of course you're gonna grow up to feel like it's gonna be normal for you to put your hands on a female because you was programmed to do it. You was trained to do it. It was a learned behavior. Know what I mean? So if your father or your uncles or your granddaddy or nobody structure you or raise you right to teach you that that's not the way, being abusive or being physical won't give you what you want out of a relationship or solve all your answers as far as a woman being submissive or obedient to you, then you opening up your door for more problems. So that's basically the message that should have been out there. But for This Color Purple, it was a different message. It was more so the woman always right and the man always wrong. That was the narrative. And that the woman want to wear the pants in the situation at all times. They don't want to be submissive. And they don't want to even admit to when they're wrong. So the narrative is a reflection of art imitating life. You know what I mean? Right now in 2023, going into 2024, as a black man, I'm struggling, or we struggle as men with dealing with our black women, or dealing with women, period. In that narrative, or we want to be controlling because I want to be respected, or I want my woman to be submissive, you know, and be great to me. She don't have to, you know, kiss my feet. We just saying be submissive, being obedient, not in the sense of saying it like she even an animal. So the words we use, the way people manipulate the words, ultimately then separated the community, man. We got a lot of healing to do and a lot of growing to do. But back to the Color Purple movie, I'm gonna make a wrap with this. Overall, y'all, I didn't like the movie. I didn't like this remake. I felt like they should have left it alone with the original. I was all for them trying to make it for the new generation, modern times, but the narrative is wrong. You know, they want to empower and push the gay narrative. They want to despise and ostracize black men. They doing everything how it's going backwards. Everything that's supposed to be good and righteous, that's not being solidified. That's not being glamorized or glorified. All the backwards narratives, the evil, the Hollywoods, that's being pumped. So The Color Purple, in my opinion, this Oprah remake, I give it a 2 thumbs down. You know what I mean? 2 thumbs down, 10 toes down, and to turn my back on this. So this is my last time giving a review or speaking up on This Color Purple. That's why I hit y'all with everything. We're talking about the Taraji situation with Oprah, her being mad at Oprah, her feeling like she ain't been compensated like that. behind the scenes of the movie to the production of the movie. In my opinion, it's pretty much horrible. It's something I watch, you know what I mean, while I'm high and I'm bored and I don't got nothing else to do. Something I just put to play in the background for like distraction. But it's not a movie you can get off into like the original. So I'm not pumping this. Shouts out to Oprah though and Taraji and Fantasia. I do support my people and love my people, regardless of this garbage movie. Shouts out the Warner Brothers. I think they pumped this movie. Much love to everybody at YouTube, my subscribers, my followers. I love y'all, everybody that support me. Matter of fact, hit that subscribe button if you already not subscribed to my channel. And y'all, I will be upgrading, getting better quality camera equipment so I can, you know, interact with y'all and be more animated in my videos. And moving forward into 2024, I just want to tell everybody, shouts out. Tasha K, everybody, man, keep your head up. All my black men, the Puffies, the Bill Cosbys, the R. Kellys, the Jonathan Majors, the YNW Mellies, the Young Thugs. We just had a whole crazy year in 2023 with everything that just went crazy with the witch hunt, the Me Too movement, all this crazy stuff. So, shouts out to everybody. One.